Skin is not food, buddy. My skin's not food. It's so cool, so much personality. How's it going, Reef Builders? I am Jake Adams, and welcome to day 2 of my Australia adventures, touring aquariums, aquarium stores, wholesalers, and everything having to do with the aquarium hobby, particularly in Australia. If you're just tuning in, you're definitely going to want to watch yesterday's video where I spent a long time going over a lot of the great aquariums, exhibits, and livestock at Majestic Aquariums. But today I'm in Hurstville, a suburb of Sydney, and I'm at Hurstville Aquarium, and this is a really cool shop, and I've already gone inside to scope out some of the things that I want to show you. So let's go in and see what we can find. Right when you walk into Hurstville Aquariums, you're greeted by a whole plethora of different aquarium products. These guys literally have it stocked from the floor to the ceiling with the latest and greatest aquarium products that you can use on your home freshwater or saltwater aquarium. And one thing that's really cool and really fun for me is seeing how different people, different stores, different countries do it. And again, from yesterday's video, you'll recognize the Ultimate Aqua Care line of additives. I really like how they've got this packaged, but most of all, the Hurstville guys, man, they've really got it stocked just about as nice, if not nicer, than any shop I've ever seen. So I'm just gonna take a quick look around the shelves because I've seen a couple really cool things. Where to start? Here's a bunch of Hikari food. This is the one thing that caught my attention. We've got a full line of coral and anemone foods from a company called Vitalis. I've gone ahead and opened up a couple of the jars to take a look at what these foods are like. So here we have the soft coral food from Vitalis. I'm guessing that is a lot of different meaty options with some phytoplankton added. This is the SPS coral food, another fine grained food. Here we have the LPS coral pellets. So these are sinking and really easy to feed to your various LPS corals. There we go. And these are the anemone pellets. So this is probably the first time I've ever seen a prepared food made specifically for anemones. With this soft, cold extruded food, sinking pellet should be great to feed your anemones. So let's take a look around, see what else this store is like. I really like the layout. This place is stocked. It is not a sparse aquarium shop. We've got displays, we've got plenty of ornaments, and this is kind of fun right here. An artificial coral display. This is obviously just for demonstration purposes, not necessarily encouraging someone to set up their tank like that, but still pretty fun. So these guys definitely don't skimp when it comes to having a diversity of aquarium products on offer for the aquarists that come in here trying to outfit their aquariums. So as you might have seen already, this is a freshwater saltwater store. They don't discriminate, and we'll find some really cool freshwater displays as well as some saltwater displays. The planet tanks are totally banging. Oh man, I love that blood red lotus plant right there. Very cool, not to mention the tiger lotus right behind it. We've got some crypts, some combamba, looks like we got some limnophila, and a variety of ferns, mosses, and things. So this is the freshwater display. Over there, they're looking at some tissue cultured plants by a company that is based here in Australia. So a little bit different from the ones that we have in the United States. But just want to show you real quick that these pots are totally packed. They have a lot of agar right there in the bottom, and this is a plant that I'm not super familiar with. What do we got here? Fluscopa scandens. It's they call it bamboo, I think, some kind of bamboo. And all the tissue cultures that are available in the United States are really small, but here you can see you can get a tank's worth of plants for your aquarium in one single jar, and this is the Bacopa amplexicaulis. So very cool. Thank you, sir. See, this store is pretty progressive. They already have the Kessel A80 Reef and horticulture in stock. We got some familiar real reef rock here, and looks like we have some new aquarium displays under development with a range of aquarium lights on it. Here we got the functional counter, and this was probably the primary reef display with a variety of corals, fish, and clams. And man, I'm actually pretty excited because the clam right there that you see through the ripples is actually a rare Ningaloo giant clam. So this clam made an appearance in the United States several years ago for a very short period of time, but I have not seen one in probably like 6 or 7 years. So really cool to see the Ningaloo clam in person, doing really well, and not for sale. It's in the display tank. So this is the primary livestock area, and it's kind of fun to see the reef tanks right next to the planted tanks, right next to the freshwater fish. Let's take a look at the corals on offer, shall we? So this looks like the primary coral sail aquarium. We've got some familiar LPS, a lot of different euphyllias. There's a baby remora like rocking this tank. I don't know how he got in here, but he's definitely a looker. Oh, look at him, he wants to play. Hey buddy, you want to suck on my hand? We'll see if you'll do that. Oh yeah, look at that, right away. Do it on the other side, there we go. So cool. My skin is not food, buddy. My skin's not food. It's so cool, so much personality. Now these fish get way too big for most home aquariums, but it's still really fun to see them just being really happy. So there's another Ningaloo clam right here, and it's actually a close relative of the teardrop clam. If you look at it really closely, you can see these elongated teardrops that are in the same fashion as Tridactynoe, but it also has these really bumpy and gnarly tubercules all over it that really set it apart. So again, these tanks are lit with LED lighting. Most of the lights in here are LED, especially for the reef scene. And this would be more of the small coral section where there's a variety of frags, some of the lower light corals, and individually packed, I guess you'd say clownfish, some small anemones, and then you have the ever elusive rare Australian cleaner shrimp. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, I mentioned how these are about 10 times more expensive in Australia than they are in America. So this is truly a status symbol if you have one in your reef tank in Australia. So I took a look earlier and saw some really cool zoanthids in here. There's a couple of varieties that I would love to cook under my home lights and see what they turn out to be. And right back there is a green plating acropora that is from Western Australia. It's kind of like a solitariensis, but it might actually be a new species. So this is the livestock area right here. We're gonna go to the very back where, well, actually, stop right here, and there's a really cool beta display. So there's some regular betas, some fancy betas, and right here is a rare and fancy, Smaragdina beta. So this is actually one of my favorites, the emerald beta. There's a whole wide variety of betas besides the common species that we have in our home aquariums. And yeah, it's really cool to see those in stock. And one thing that's kind of fallen out of fashion maybe in America is goldfish. So this is the second shop I've been to that has a wide variety of goldfish. There's nothing to dislike about goldfish. They're just really bright, really hardy. They'll live in a variety of tanks. And as long as they're not too mutated, I'm all for keeping goldfish in the right kind of cool water aquarium. Very cool. These big old Ryukins and Chubunkins are quite the lookers. This store, like I said, caters to freshwater and saltwater. So they have a variety of different hardscape materials, a variety of different stones. I'm guessing these are some Steru stones with some really cool inclusions. Don't know how much they cost, but this is definitely an aquascaping favorite. Let's see, now this is one of the best clusters of firemouth cichlids I have seen in quite a long time. Now, if you followed along yesterday, I mentioned that Australia has very strict importation guidelines for what is allowed to be brought into the country. So they really have to enjoy the fish that they have, and maybe that's why I'm seeing some of the more common classic fish getting such a good treatment here at Australian aquarium shops. Really cool. I can tell this video is already turning out really nice. Hey buddies, what are you doing? Okay. All right, so in an effort to keep this video from being way too long, I'm gonna take you around the back and show you a couple really cool fish that I spotted earlier. So like I said, there's little rhyme or reason. We've got some freshwater here on this side and some saltwater here on this side. Hopefully this gentleman down the aisle doesn't mind being in this YouTube video for aquarium lovers. So here we got a 6-bar angelfish, nice big blonde meso. Again, one of my favorites, the epaulet shark. These guys walk around the substrate like they're some kind of salamander, but really cool. But for me, the favorite thing that I get to see today, almost certainly, actually probably right next to the Ningaloo Clam, are these Leonardii wrasses. These are rare in America, but they're still pretty expensive here. I was told these cost 450 Australian, so that's kind of on par with what they would cost in the United States. And here we have a Queeter's leopard wrasse. Very beautiful fish. Very cool. So I'm going to splice in some close-ups of these Leonardii wrasses. Hopefully those turned out, and you guys can enjoy them the way that I have. So let's see, that's about it. Yeah, so that concludes our tour of Hurstville Aquariums. I've already seen a couple cool things. I think we're going to go see another spot, so stay tuned, and we'll go see what else this region of Australia has to offer for aquarium stores.